What do you have to say about this subject?
I really came to support Darrell in this, Jen. So first of all, thank you to everybody for and Jen for having me here on the panel. I hope your spirit is well. Um, we get caught up a lot of times in the stories in the book, the words in the book, and not the actual spirit of the book or our spirit ourselves. What I can say is I personally feel a bit of a hypocrite sitting here in this moment because, for a host of reasons, I'm not comfortable with a couple of people on the panel. I've been more than vocal about that. But I asked Darrell if he would like my support. And so I'm here for him. And I just wanted to make that clear because I don't want anyone to misconstrue anything that's being said.
Right.
But when you support someone, it comes down to your character, no matter who you are, right? It doesn't matter what doctrine you claim. It's about character. It's about the person that you claim to be. If you say that I am someone who believes in this doctrine, and that's what I live by, then you need to stand 10 toes down on that doctrine. And unfortunately, we're not seeing that behavior in people across the religious spectrum, whether they be Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, Baptist, whatever you want to call them, spiritualists. We're also not seeing it from generations giving each other the level of respect for who they are and what they're about. Right. So it's a host of things.
Okay, so I think you opened up Pandora's box. A couple of people in the chat, and I'm sure on the panel, want to know. You feel like a hypocrite on the panel because there's a couple of people, I guess, that don't rub you the right way. Do you want to say who those people are and why you overlooked that to be on the panel?
I'll address it. This is not a hit situation or anything like that. I've been very clear about these things before. I've seen you a few times on more than one platform and did not care for your demeanor. And so I chose not to go down the rabbit hole to figure out who you were as a content creator and just left it at that, right? So to be here now, even when you came in my chat, I acknowledged your presence, but I asked you if you wanted to come up, you said you were going to go back. And so I understand that, right? But me having said those things, it would be kind of weird to people for me to just be sitting up here like everything is super kosher. Everyone already knows that there's been a back and forth situation between King and I. I am done with the situation, but I'm also done with the gentleman. I've already said what it would take for me to be willing to move in accordance with him again. I want every Black person to win, though, so I'm not going to stop him from getting his hustle. So I'm not going to speak more on it than that. But I do want it to be clear that my character says I'm going to stand on who I am. I'm here to support Darrell, but I'm willing to address the questions that you put forth in the meantime.
Okay. Well, thank you for being on the panel. I think you're a hypocrite, so it's great that you acknowledge that because I do think you're a hypocrite. So I'm perfectly okay with that. I don't think Darrell needs support on this panel because everyone here rocks with him and supports him thoroughly, regardless of when we haven't agreed with him, we still supported him. So if you feel uncomfortable on the panel because you have an issue with I or with King, you're free to go. I mean, unless Darrell really, really needs you here.
I certainly understand that. And as soon as Darrell tells me that he would like for me to not be here or doesn't want my support, I'm willing to do so. Or you can go ahead and drop me out.
Darrell, are you okay being without her right now? Because if she's, I am big on, like, I respect what you're saying, and I'm glad that you acknowledge that you're a hypocrite because it is hypocrisy.
Pause. That's not what I said. I said that people might think that I'm a hypocrite. I said that I feel that people may believe I'm a hypocrite. So let me say why I'm here.
Oh, okay. Well, for the record, that's hypocrisy defined what you're doing. Because
I'm supporting hypocrisy defined would be you telling Christians to stand on a doctrine, but then to hit me for standing on a doctrine. I see. So Darrell,
No, I didn't tell them
Would you
stand
like
on
to speak for
doctrine. No,
yourself?
no, I didn't tell Christians to stand on doctrine. I never said that. I said that there are questions that are fair to ask Christians, right? If they preach a certain doctrine. Say, for instance, if I keep telling you I'm vegan and you see me eating a bacon cheeseburger, then you're right to ask me, Jen, I thought you were a vegan. So when a Christian is preaching a certain thing, it's within everybody's right to say, hey, you told me you're a Christian and Christians believe X, Y, and Z. But what you're doing right now is hypocrisy defined, because they're not one but two people on the panel that rub you the wrong way, and you chose to come up anyway with the excuse that you're supporting Darrell, who's a full-grown man and who's supported very much on my panel all the time.
I'm still waiting for you to allow the gentleman to speak, though.
No, but you're on my panel, so I wanted to address
right.
you. Darrell can speak. Absolutely.
Got that. So, Darrell, that's all we need, and then I can go or stay.
Darrell, do you need her here? Because now I don't want her here, but I want you comfortable.
First of all, I love you both. And if you don't want her here, the reason why I asked JP to come was because me and JP did a show earlier where I actually brought up the video that happened with me tonight, where everything happened, all of the domestic abuse and what led to me having full custody of my daughter. She was like, I talked to a lot of different people. King supported me on it. JP put it on her show, and a few other different people is planning on talking about it. I talked to you about it, a few other different people about it, and y'all all supporting me. But that's the reason why I brought JP up specifically. Planning on talking about it. I talked to you about it. Wait till brother. Yeah. I brought her up specifically for that, but if I want to stay focused on the topic. You get what I'm saying? If you don't want her here, Jen, then JP understand the situation. I'm pretty sure she'll still support me. That's not an issue. You know what I'm saying? Do I need her to be here? Not necessarily. I'm pretty sure that if I ask her to say whatever in the chat, she'll say it, and her video is up, now. But I brought her up because, when everything happened, I get real fed up. This is why I always align myself with the street niggas, because I get tired of all the political people, right? Be Christians. Fathers matter. Black women matter. So my situation represents both: a black father, a single father, and protect black daughters, and my 1-year-old daughter, right? But that situation is never talked about. That's what I'm here to talk about. You get what I'm saying? I understand JP has situations with you, and that's not really with you. I understand that, she has some disregard about King, which really is about, that's also about what, kind of it tie in to what we was talking about, because JP only really wanted E Black gone from like the 3rd episode because she saw this coming, right? She saw this coming, and that's why I stood 10 toes down with her, and I still love King. King knows that. We already talked about that. This is old news. Right, it's not even really beef or a squabble. This is something that was just happening in the house that, we handled. But at the end of the day, I got tired of, hearing Christians running around saying, "Oh, we need God to fix our neighborhoods, and we need the black man to take care of this, this, and that." But I'm literally a representation of that. But people come in, they support, the bullshit. They support the fake Christians. They support the fake message. I'm the kind of person that I like to just run shit over, bury it, go ahead and get it over with. I don't like weakness, and what I saw tonight, bringing up King, this wasn't the first time on the ethical leadership. King this, King this, King this, King that. You know what I'm saying? Not really talking about you, but bringing up, we got people who not even black talking about black issues. I'm always in a situation, even right now, I just put my daughter to sleep so we can have this conversation, right? But nobody would talk about that. Nobody talk about that. They would say stuff like Daryl's channel is about Anton, despite me having my highest 3 videos is about LeBron James and Larry Bird, which is a fact. I got proof of that to this day, right? I get real, I don't know, man. Listen, JP can leave or stay. JP, that's up to you. I'm not going, if you want to stay, you can want to leave. Well, specifically, this is Jen house. So it's really up to her.
It's definitely not up to her. It's not up to
Yes,
her.
I'm sorry. I had to excuse myself.
Okay.
I had to excuse myself. It's up to you. But what I wanted to talk about, is the conversation that we came here to talk about is, listen, how can we come through as a race and be strong when most of our black people are quote unquote Christians? And let's be honest, most of them behave like this. It's not just black. A lot of them behave like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not here to like go at nobody race, nobody religion, but I'm just going to speak on it. Y'all have continuously failed young black men. Continuously failed young black men. You get what I'm saying? I would love to see people like Shannon, who's in the comments. He laughing. Shannon, you doing Monahan reports and shit, getting 20 views. Can you go in and do some real shit? Can you talk about like real shit? I got real shit going on, mental health shit. What are you doing in LA? What are you doing in your community? And Cam up too, so we can really talk about it. I don't want to talk to you through the comments. You know what I'm saying? Because again, these are people who, look, Jen, I've been in this space for almost like a year and a half now, right? And I don't know what I can say in your channel, but I'm just gonna speak freely. And when I cross the line, please interject. But a lot of these people who come on your channel, that come from Anton channel, just dick suckers. Shannon, one of them. Cam up, Shannon. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, bro. Rilla did the same thing. Anton did the same thing. I asked you, Jen, how many times did Rilla come in and support you? You said none. Just the time with King addressing Chef and all the rest of this shit. Y'all coming in being messy.
That was his only time. Shannon, do you want to cam up? Or what are you saying in the chat? Because I'm not reading the chat.
He's not really saying nothing specifically, but I'm just tired of all the passive shit. If you're a real leader, step the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to address me, if you're going to have my name in your mouth, if you're going to come here on some goofy shit, make sure you're going around and say, oh, yeah. And he's a great father, too. And he take care of his kid, too. Oh, yeah. He beat multiple cases against him. That's why his daughter is with him now. Otherwise, I'm going to go at all of y'all. Period. So it is what it is. Let's keep the conversation going.
Yeah. So I just want to say this really quickly about JP. That's her name, right? JP, the matriarch?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I want to say this really quickly so we can continue with the conversation respectfully. I noticed that, and I spoke about this before, I noticed that there's a habit in the YouTube streets where the frenemy thing happens, or people hang around for the clout or the subs or the exposure, whatever would have you, right? I've never done that. I can't respect anyone who does that. I think the excuse was cute. I'm here to support Darrell. Darrell is a grown-ass man. He is not a child. Whatever he asked her to be here, great. But I'm not for the BS. If I don't like you, you are going to be the first to know, and I'm not going to cam up anywhere near you. We're not going to hang out. We're not going to share drinks. We're not doing business. If I don't like you to the point where I said everywhere I saw you, like she said about me, because I don't think about her. I've seen her different places. I don't necessarily like what she has to say. I think she's a huge hypocrite, but she feels like because she's a very much older person, she has all the answers, the matriarch. And I'm like, it takes more than age to me for me to respect you. But my thing is simple. You said you don't like two people on the panel. You cammed up anyway. It's not only hypocrisy, it's stupidity, in my opinion. Like she said, I was in her chat only because she used my show as a thumbnail for her show. That's the only reason I was in her chat. That's the part that she left out. Otherwise, I don't go to that woman's page. I don't care for her. I don't bother with her. That's why I would never be on her panel. So for her to come here and play the matriarch and cam up and then say she doesn't get along with two people on the panel and then try to hide from being a hypocrite. No, you're a hypocrite, mama. That's what that means. That's hypocrisy defined. So, it's all love otherwise. But I'm like, you're not going to be on my panel and play this you don't like me shit. Are you crazy? Anyway, moving on back to the hypocrisy of Christianity, not the hypocrisy of JP the matriarch. Let's stay on topic.